Solo Sikoa sends a message aimed at Roman Reigns after the Bloodline destroys Paul Heyman. Alexa Bliss's WWE return reports. The WWE replaces Damian Priest. The WWE was forced to black out a screen during SmackDown during an awkward moment with Nia Jax. Kayla Braxton leaves the WWE for good. Heartbreaking footage. A sad update on Asuka's WWE return. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre is facing major delays. The WWE provides a heartbreaking update after Paul Heyman was brutally beaten up by the Bloodline, and more. Let's dive right in. Alexa Bliss's WWE return reports. The WWE future of Alexa Bliss seems to be one of the most discussed topics among pro wrestling fans in the past year. The multi-time champion has been away for more than 1 year, and now an update has just surfaced from backstage as the company moves forward into a busy summer. 5 Feet of Fury has not wrestled since the 2023 Royal Rumble Premium Live event, where she came up short against then Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair in a match that went just under 8 minutes. Bliss then took time off for her pregnancy, and she and singer husband Ryan Cabrera welcomed a daughter on November 27th. There have been several rumors on the return of the 32-year-old, but nothing concrete. WWE's second Women's Triple Crown champion could be returning before 2025. It was recently noted by Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp that Bliss could be back in action by the end of this year. This speculation was based on what people within the company are saying in response to inquiries about the 11-year veteran. Backstage sources said they think Bliss will do more stuff with the company. While there was no time frame given, a strong point was stressed as the report pointed to how people often change their priorities after welcoming children into the world. WWE is open to bringing Bliss back and doing some things, but nothing is concrete. It was also acknowledged how the fans have not seen Bliss consistently booked by the company without Vince McMahon's influence in some capacity. Alexa Bliss had no pro wrestling experience when she signed with WWE. The former cheerleader and fitness competitor reported to the WWE Performance Center and stayed on the brand until the 2016 draft. The former Little Miss Bliss found major success on the main roster as she reportedly had an ally in Vince McMahon. After initially re-signing with Vince, Bliss stated in November 2020 that her contract was set to expire in 3.5 years, but then revealed in May 2023 that the deal had been extended. Sources reported that the deal was to run through late 2023 at least, but time was added due to periods she missed for various reasons, and that would carry her into this year. Bliss is listed as an active superstar on the WWE roster. While she's not highlighted as a member of Raw or SmackDown, she's also not on the list of free agents. Despite being teased for Uncle Howdy's faction even recently, the mother of one was not included in the 2023 and 2024 draft picks due to maternity leave. It remains to be seen when Bliss will return to the ring. At one point, she had supposedly planned to be back in the gym 1 month after giving birth, but she has not provided any real updates as of late. The WWE replaces Damian Priest. WWE has reportedly replaced World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest for a major match. It happened before SmackDown. Heading into the Madison Square Garden for SmackDown, big things were planned for everyone. Damian Priest, in particular, had a huge match scheduled as he was booked to face Jey Uso in the final dark match of the night after SmackDown. While Finn Balor and JD McDonough were listed to face the Awesome Truth, a new report has emerged. Now it appears that Balor may step up to replace his stablemate. Unfortunately, the star had some travel issues and could not arrive in time for the show. Priest's plane had not taken off an hour before SmackDown started, which meant he would not be participating. Unfortunately, the honor of main eventing the Garden is not possible tonight. Still haven't taken off. Stuck on a plane in a runway. Very disappointed, and apologies to my people. This one hurts. Enjoy the show! SmackDown, I'm sure, will be awesome, he wrote. The WWE was forced to black out a screen during SmackDown during an awkward moment with Nia Jax. Nia Jax made her presence felt on SmackDown as she helped her new ally Tiffany Stratton qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. However, an awkward moment that was no fault of her own led to WWE putting on a black screen. Fans will certainly be waiting for WWE to exit Fox in October 2024 as they return to the USA Network to SmackDown. Triple H has already mentioned that WWE will more or less be censorship-free when Raw goes to Netflix in 2025. The USA Network might be a little more lenient than Fox. This week on SmackDown, as Nia Jax was coming out, fans noticed that the black screen popped up for no apparent reason. However, it appears as though a child showed his middle finger to Nia Jax. This was the reason behind the black screen. This also appears to have been a moment exclusive to the Fox broadcast and not other networks. This is, of course, because WWE has to adhere to the rules in the $200 million a year deal with Fox Network. Fans watching in the USA were specifically annoyed as the black screen issues persisted, even when Logan Paul was out for his Money in the Bank qualifier. Last month, WWE had to use the black screen after Naomi suffered an unfortunate incident. Kayla Braxton leaves the WWE for good, heartbreaking footage. Kayla Braxton was spotted waving goodbye to fans outside the world's most famous arena in a short clip currently making the rounds on Twitter. Tonight was Kayla's last WWE show, and her 8-year run with the company has now come to an end. Kayla recently shared a lengthy message on her social media handles, announcing that she would be departing WWE following the Madison Square Garden show. Tonight, she was given a send-off by none other than Cody Rhodes after the show went off the air. While Kayla Braxton was taking her leave outside the arena, a fan called out her name while recording her. Kayla noticed the fan and waved goodbye at them in a heartfelt visual. Kayla thanked Triple H, Nick Khan, and others in the heartfelt post that she penned on her social media handles. Here's an excerpt from her post. "I am extremely thankful to Triple H, Nick Khan, WWE, and all of its partners for allowing me to be a trusted voice on WWE television for all these years. Thank you to every single person who made me feel like this was my home and that I was a part of this family. Thank you for taking a chance on me and welcoming this outsider with open arms. I hope I made you proud, and I'd love it if you'd stay with me for this next chapter. I'm excited to reveal to all of you what I have coming up next." Kayla is one of the most beloved personalities in pro wrestling. It remains to be seen what's next for her now that isn't with WWE anymore. A sad update on Asuka's WWE return. Asuka's WWE future had been up in the air until it was confirmed that she underwent surgery recently for her injury. There has been very little information on the multi-time champion being on hiatus, but now backstage sources have revealed an update on when she might return to the ring. The Empress of Tomorrow has not wrestled since Backlash, France on May 4th, where she and Kairi Sane dropped the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Asuka was scheduled to face Lyra Valkyria 2 days later on WWE Raw in a first-round match in the Queen of the Ring tournament. It was announced then that the Damage Control member would be replaced by stablemate Dakota Kai, but no injury details were provided. Asuka has since revealed that she underwent knee surgery. The injury appears to be a lingering issue as she was seen limping a few months back. A new report from Fightful Select noted that the 20-year veteran is not expected back in the ring by the end of this year, according to people in WWE. Further details on the actual injury were not disclosed. While the 42-year-old is likely looking at a 2025 return, anything is possible when it comes to getting medically cleared, and everything would depend on how her rehabilitation and recovery is going. The multi-time WWE champion is using social media to keep fans updated on her progress. Asuka's YouTube channel, known as Kana-chan TV, just revealed a new video showing how she is training for her return. Rhea Ripley's first wedding photo with Buddy Matthews. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley has shared her first post after her wedding to AEW star Buddy Matthews. She shared a photo of the duo on her Instagram story. The Nightmare got hitched to Buddy Matthews on June 23, 2024. She shared a photo from the wedding on her official Instagram handle and had received congratulatory messages from several wrestling personalities. Rhea Ripley has now shared her very first photo following her marriage to Buddy Matthews. She shared a picture of the duo in her Instagram story. While Mommy is married to Buddy Matthews in real life, she was still Dominic Mysterio's on-screen girlfriend when last seen on WWE TV. Last year, Ripley had a chat with Sportskeeda Wrestling's Riju Dasgupta in an exclusive interview. She had the following to say about balancing her relationships with Matthews and Mysterio. "To be honest, it's pretty easy. Look, I love my fiancé, I think he's great. But when I'm at work, I am a completely different human being. When I'm at work, Dom is my partner. He is my partner in crime. He is my Latino heat, my dirty Dominic Mysterio. And I will do absolutely anything I can to get him on top of anyone that he's against. But yeah, for me, it's sort of like a switch, and Buddy Matthews, understands that as well. That's why it works." Ripley beat Dominic on multiple occasions on WWE TV back in 2022 until he finally had had enough and turned to the dark side. Dominic joined the Judgment Day and has been one of the hottest acts on TV since then. He is currently involved in a romantic angle with Liv Morgan in Ripley's absence from WWE television. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre is facing major delays. The WWE Universe and Drew McIntyre continue to wait patiently for the in-ring return of CM Punk. He is expected to wrestle McIntyre as soon as possible, but some new details from backstage have caused more concern within the company. The Second City Saint has been on the shelf since suffering a shoulder injury at the Royal Rumble, blamed on the Scottish Warrior. WWE has worked hard to keep Punk in the storylines while he recovers, and that continued on last week's SmackDown from his hometown of Chicago. After a rapturous hometown welcome to open the show, Punk ripped McIntyre for quitting WWE, but was then interrupted by Paul Heyman. This led to the Bloodline intimidating the former AEW World Champion champion until undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes came to confront Solo Sikoa, challenging him to a match. McIntyre, who didn't really quit WWE, later appeared with a beaten and bloodied Punk, dropping him like a rock in front of the crowd. Nick Aldis ran out to warn McIntyre, while Punk was put into a neck brace and then sent to the hospital via ambulance. Fightful Select has confirmed that Punk was not medically cleared to compete. In the lead-up to Punk's SmackDown appearance, the 45-year-old expressed excitement over returning to the ring. He also teased that he may be medically cleared to compete before SmackDown, and perhaps would announce that live, but that obviously did not happen. WWE officials were forced to get creative with the Drew McIntyre segment due to CM Punk's health status. Punk returned to WWE in late November at Survivor Series 2023. His in-ring return for WWE came with wins over Dominic Mysterio at 2 non-televised live events in late December. He then worked the Men's Royal Rumble match, but was forced to go on the injured list after the premium live event. Monday's WWE Raw will see Drew McIntyre compete for the final spot in the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match on July 6th. McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya Dragunov in a triple threat qualifier will take place next Monday on the final Raw before Money in the Bank. The winner will join Jey Uso, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and Chad Gable in the MITB ladder match. Coming out of Money in the Bank, the next main roster PLE will be SummerSlam on August 3rd from Brown Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. While not confirmed, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk is heavily rumored if Punk can get medically cleared by then. SummerSlam will also feature Women's Champion Bayley defending her title against Queen of the Ring winner Nia Jax, plus King of the Ring Gunther taking on World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. Gunther could take on Seth Rollins if the Visionary defeats Priest for the title at Money in the Bank. A WWE legend heaps massive praise on the Bloodline storyline. WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley, took to social media to share his thoughts on the ongoing Bloodline storyline. He thinks that nothing else in wrestling comes close to it. Last week on SmackDown, a new person was added to the villainous group. That person is Jacob Fatu, who is a member of the Anoa'i family. He's related to Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa. On the Blue Brand this week, he was formally introduced to the group, and he acknowledged Solo as his tribal chief. When Paul Heyman refused to do the same thing, Fatu hit him with a flying headbutt and sent him through the announce table. After the segment, Bully Ray took to X to heap praise on how WWE has handled the Bloodline storyline. He said that it is unmatched by anyone or any other wrestling company in the industry right now. The level of storytelling going on with the Bloodline is unmatched by anyone or any company in the entire wrestling industry, he said. At WWE Money in the Bank next week Saturday, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga will face Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton in a 6-man tag team match. The WWE provides a heartbreaking update after Paul Heyman was brutally beaten up by the Bloodline. WWE has shared an update on Paul Heyman after he suffered a brutal attack at the hands of the Bloodline on SmackDown. WWE shared a video shortly after SmackDown went off the air in which an unconscious Heyman could be seen being loaded into an ambulance. The Bloodline acknowledgement ceremony turned out to be a disastrous affair for the Wiseman. When asked to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief, Heyman refused to do so. Solo and the rest of the Bloodline weren't happy one bit. They viciously attacked Paul Heyman and hit him with a triple powerbomb through the announcer's table shortly before the show went off the air. WWE has now shared a video updating fans on what happened after the show. Heyman was put into an ambulance before it drove away to the nearest hospital. Heyman made a massive mistake by not acknowledging Solo as his tribal chief. The wise men had been showing signs of hesitation for a while now when it came to accepting Sikoa as the Bloodline's leader. Judging by what happened tonight on SmackDown, it seems like a Roman Reigns return could be on the horizon. Before the show ended, Kayla Braxton took to X to send a message to Paul Heyman. She told him that she wished she could save him from the villainous faction. Kayla Braxton and Paul Heyman worked with each other many times on TV. Unfortunately, there was nothing that she could do to help him. It'll be interesting to see how Roman Reigns reacts to his special counsel being attacked by the Bloodline when he makes his long-awaited return. Solo Sikoa sends a message aimed at Roman Reigns after the Bloodline destroys Paul Heyman. This week on WWE SmackDown, the Bloodline destroyed Paul Heyman and put him through the announce table to end the show. On social media, Solo Sikoa sent a cryptic message aimed at Roman Reigns after the events of tonight. During Reigns' absence, Sikoa has taken charge of the Bloodline. He has also labeled himself the new Tribal Chief. The former NXT North American champion recruited Tama Tonga, Loa, and Jacob Fatu into the faction. This week on the Blue Brand, Sikoa asked Heyman to acknowledge him as the new tribal chief, but the latter refused. This led to the Bloodline's vicious attack on Heyman. Taking to his Instagram story, Sikoa recalled taking the Ula Fala from Reigns during WWE's visit to Madison Square Garden in 2023. Since losing the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania XL, Roman Reigns has been absent from the company. However, the WWE Universe has clearly sent a message that they want the tribal chief to return. Speaking on the wrestling mat, Camp claimed the current champions in WWE aren't being booked with a lot of intrigue. He said, "Speaking of Roman Reigns, seems like he's missed, doesn't it? Seems like he went from the guy people couldn't wait to see lose because he never showed up, to the guy who was sorely missed in WWE. And why is that? Perhaps absence makes the heart grow fonder. Perhaps it's because none of the championships in WWE are getting booked with a lot of intrigue right now." Upon his return to WWE, Reigns is expected to start a feud with Solo Sikoa. Meanwhile, the Bloodline will be involved in a 6-man tag team match at the upcoming Money in the Bank Premium Live event against the team of Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. It remains to be seen when Reigns will return to the company anytime soon.